think we are good to go. I think we're good to go. Let me see. Yep, we're good to go. Alright, generals. So, it is November 7th. November 7th. And election day was November 3rd. And as you can see, not all states have been called yet, and even Alaska is still 56%. So, well, what do you see here? We see that the battle has moved on. Now it's not really a battle anymore for, well, hope the map becomes this color. Not really. Now the battle is more difficult to see than the map. Can't really use the map to see the battle anymore. It's moved on to the streets. It's moved on to the courts, to the hidden places, the very hidden places. That's where this battle is going on to. All right. So be ready. Be ready. I'm seeing both sides rally together, muster the troops for a great campaign which is going on, right? So, what's this campaign? The campaign is very simple. Each side is going to... So, Trump's side is going to try to pressure the authorities and other things to investigate the ballot counting and see if everything went well. Heavy suspicion of all kinds of wrongdoing in the counting. Like, a lot. And there's a lot of reports of this type of thing coming in. So, there's something that we pay attention towards. The other side, on the other hand, has another goal. Their goal, well, to be honest, they've lowered their guard. Clearly, they're celebrating, doing wow, woo, look how great we are now, right? So, the other side thinks they've won. The other side looks at this and says, yep, we won. And there's nothing more we really have to do, right? Nothing more we have to do. We've run. We have won. All we do is now keep these opponents, these people, in check, and whatever, who cares? That's what I think. So, in that case, if that is indeed the case, we must ask ourselves, kind of really, at this point, they put themselves in a defensive situation. Right now in the defense. Now they can only lose. Alright? I mean, what do they do? They think they won, right? So, what's the point of fighting? Well, to hold what we already have. Well, the other side is now an offensive stance, no, you guys, because the idea is that, well, you guys have taken this without, because illegally, not rightfully, and thus we must, move to take it back. So that's a very offensive position that the other side has taken. The Trump side, I mean, other side to the bitey people. But I think the most important thing to look at is, okay, so we observe that there's a very interesting psychological operation, psyop, going on. Because, well, every single corrupt institution that we know is backing Biden, saying, oh, he won. They projected, so what happened is that they called Pennsylvania, and that, if Biden has Pennsylvania, then he has more than 270 electoral votes. As can be seen in the map, right? You can see the map. He has more than 270 electoral votes because of what? Because of Pennsylvania. All these states were flipped. All these states flipped. And that's what gave him over 270. So, if that's the case, then what you say is, well, he's projected to win Finally, he's projected to win more than 270, so he's projected to win the election as a whole. So that's what they're taking. And they're acting as if this means that he won, and everyone is congratulating. Everyone's congratulating Biden. Like all the corrupt institutions are congratulating Biden on victory. If you trust the projections of the media, then yeah, he won, right? According to the media. But again, that's the thing. The battle has only begun. The battle has moved on to now go to the courts and the streets. All the rallies, these people going on the streets, rallying together to pressure the different sides to what they want. And these lawyers, armies of lawyers, going down, looking to the papers, looking to the laws, and saying, how do I, make a case to make the authorities do what I want? Whether it be a recount, whether it be we got audited, whatever. Okay, we're gonna stop the voting. Maybe we're gonna even throw out certain votes, like in Pennsylvania. That's actually being attempted to say, no, you're not. I believe it was the court of Pennsylvania did a ruling on the mail-in ballot. I think it was that mail-in ballots received after election day. I believe it was if they were postmarked, at least on election day or earlier, and they got there afterwards, then they will still be accepted. But it's kind of weird, right? I mean, the idea that this ballot arrives after election day, but it's still counted. It's like, seriously? Because you can say, well, yeah, but they postmarked it that day, right? But like, think for a second. No, whole Pennsylvania and really anywhere in the world, in the country. Think for a second. Let's say that you're a voter and you want to vote by mail. Why would you wait till election day to send the mail? Why? Obviously, you know that it'll take time to have your mail arrive at the place. Of course, obvious. That's the most obvious thing ever, right? The most obvious thing ever is that you're going to have your mail take some time to reach the place. But people decided, so no, we're not going to do that. We're not gonna, let's say, send it a week earlier. No, we're gonna send it on election day. We're gonna send a freaking vote on election day, like a ballot. So they're saying, that's why it's like, you knew about the election for months, right? Months. But you're gonna send a ballot on election day. So that's what they're saying, like, you don't really have, there's not really a good excuse to accept ballots that arrive after election day. They just say, well, but the mail takes time. It's like, you had months, okay? You also had early voting in some places. I'm not sure if Pennsylvania early voting worked, but yeah, I'm pretty sure for mail-in ballots, they gave you early voting through mail. So, come on. You're gonna, but yeah, who knows? I mean, it's possible. Maybe some people don't know time, right? You have these voters. Some voters have no idea, no conception of time. So they think, if I send a ballot on election day, it's gonna arrive just a few hours later. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah. And so, what does it matter though, you may ask? Well, the mail-in ballots tend to lean heavily to Biden. That's why. So if you decide to say, scrub off the mail-in ballots, then Trump loses some, but Biden loses a ton of votes, which could flip the state. Literally, these mail-in ballots can literally flip the state. That's how powerful they are. And then you look at other states. I'm not sure what's going to happen in Georgia. So Georgia, if you check Georgia, you will be able to see that so there's a steadily growing lead that Biden has because they just kept counting votes in Atlanta, it's the capital of Georgia, which is massively Biden. They kept counting, and eventually Trump has a lead, and it whittled down until look at that. Now he has 8,000 more votes, thanks to that city, Atlanta. North Carolina is still frozen for a long time. I'm not sure what's gonna happen there. Alaska stayed frozen for like days. It stayed frozen like that for days. I don't know what's going on in Alaska, but Nevada has been called for Biden. I'm not sure if they're gonna challenge that or anything. And Arizona, it's dicey. Trump might not have to fight a legal battle for that. But who knows? Uh, Wisconsin is pretty close, but you know, still a big distance. Big distance indeed. I'm not sure how I'm gonna fight that either. Then there's Michigan. There's sneaky stuff. Hey, maybe they'll fight that. You know, there's some weird vote dumps they may wanna argue it. And also Pennsylvania, I think there was a little threshold of point. If the lead was, I think, less than point 5, it would be automatic recount, but it's passed, so now they're gonna have to battle it out legally. So yeah, that's a map. Now, counting all the projections that the media has done, Biden indeed has this many electoral votes. If Georgia flips like they think it will, then he might even get over 300. But it will pretty much be kind of a landslide. This is the map now. So, from what I can be able to read, the congratulations based on this, right? That's how it's done. Trudeau of Canada has congratulated Biden. Sadiq Khan of London. Boris of United Kingdom, Prime Minister. Let me see, there's a bunch of others. Really difficult to tally them up because, yeah, it's a big amount of people who are, congratulating Biden, say, yay, Biden. I believe there was, in Twitter, there was like a China affiliated organization which was making fun of Trump, which is very funny. China, like a news organization which is affiliated with the Chinese government, so that's very particular. Then it was some Israeli protesters popped up. They were trying to pressure Netanyahu to support the Biden thing, but he's probably not gonna do it because, for obvious reasons. And we can look up other people who are congratulating Biden. Let's see here. There's some other people. Some Republicans have congratulated Biden. Jeb Bush. Right? And, yes, it's a large number though. Quite a bit. Quite significantly is, I believe, there's a few countries that have decided not to back Biden. Which I believe is Brazil, Hungary, Poland, and was it Slovenia or something? Quite a few countries decided to say, no, we don't accept it. Or at least for now, we don't accept it. The media saying that it's true is like, whatever. Because that's a fact. The media may say whatever it wants. The media can say whatever the hell it wants. But the media does not decide. Does not decide who is the next president. Okay? Oh, here's someone in chat. There. Yes, here we go. But yeah, so it's a difficult thing, very difficult thing. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I mean, right now, looking at the votes, like, so if Trump didn't fight any legal battles, he would lose. Like, that's just how it is. No legal battle is over. Because the vote counter, the tallies, all say Biden won. So the only way now is literally the illegal ballots. It's not even anymore, like a few days ago was like, well, if you just win these states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, whatever, keeps hold of Georgia, North Carolina. I think it was that he had to hold these 5 states in the east, and then, or he could lose one, and then Arizona, Nevada. But now it's changed. Now it's like, nope, the defense line has changed. Now the defense line is pulled back, and now it's a matter of, holy crap, if you manage to flip a state or two through litigation. So things are looking very well, right? Things are turning for the worse. It's turning for the worse, right? We're having more and more pressure on the front. One more pressure on the front. And if you look up there, so both have gotten more than 70 million voters. 70 million. So, well, votes, 70 million votes. Impressive. Biden has hit 74 million. And, wow, that's quite astounding. We've spoken about the character of these individuals, I guess. On one hand, you have Trump, which is, he can be mean. He can be mean. So mean. And you have Biden, and holy yeah, Biden has a boatload of, nasty, nasty stuff. I must say. Like, truly nasty stuff Biden has. Holy crap. We've seen the videos. We've seen the images. Pretty much people calling him a pedo. Senile pedo. That's what they call him. Based on what we have seen. So think that 74 million people, knowingly or unknowingly, although I've seen people that know it and say, well, but, make excuses, but 70 more million people voted for senile pedo. Yes, that's happened. Don't you love democracy? Isn't democracy the best thing ever? 74 million people can go to that. And why? Why is it? Well, most of those people are not for Biden. You look at all the media, nobody's supporting Biden. It's because they hate Trump. They say Trump, oh bad, evil Nazi. He's so bad. You'd rather vote for a senile, pedo. Yes, that's quite genius. And this guy, so there's a bunch of promises. There's a bunch of promises that, looking at the media, they've been promising us a bunch of stuff. They've been promising us that this guy, Biden, is going to do a whole bunch of things. He's going to cure the coup. The coup is going to be defeated. It's going to be pushed back when this guy takes over. He's going to heal the country. He's going to unite the country, right? You've heard it. Oh, it's time for healing. We're going to bring this country together. Looking at this country, though, do you think he's going to bring the country together? Well, you're probably very naive if you think that, because this country is not coming back together. Come on, man, there's massive rallies on both sides. One side is like, yes, we won, and the other side is like, no, we won, right? It's not coming back together. The Republic, and that's when the Republic is in danger, because the election itself, the integrity has been weakened. And then they said democracy is in trouble because Trump. But in the end, if you look at it, the democracy of the Republic is having a bigger problem with corruption. Okay, we're spotting more and more corruption in the electoral process. And then another side spots that, calls it out. Now, I guess you can say that the Republic is becoming more corrupt and more eroded, and the other side is calling it out. And of course, that threatens the Republic or the democracy in its corrupt form. It's corrupted, right? So when you call out that, guess what? It is kind of a threat to it. And so you can do two things. You can fix the corruption, or you can have the system tumble down. There's two things that can happen. And I guess people fear that the second will happen. The system will tumble down because... So how does it tumble? Well, in all these political systems, what matters is legitimacy. It doesn't matter. Optics, in a way. People have to perceive that... Let's say democracy, they perceive that their vote matters. That their vote's being counted fairly. That legal votes. Otherwise, they're gonna say, oh, the democracy is dead. It doesn't represent me. What we see, right? We see that 70 million, well, who knows if all the 70 million are Trump supporters, but a massive chunk of them say, oh, I'm being disenfranchised. They're rigging this thing. They're stealing it. they're pulling it away from me. I voted for this guy, and now they're doing some trickery to make sure that what I wanted is not being given to me. This, of course, is a very big threat to the optics, legitimacy in the eyes of the people of the Republic. So, if this is the case, again, cure it or kill it. That's what the Republic is at that point. They're going to be cured or going to be killed. Suppose that. And this is even, like, this is another, by the way, this is on top of the other problem the United States is facing, which is demographics. Right? All these different groups of people around the country. This is an extra issue. Right? Because not only do you have people that are going to be voting for their own people, and only for their own people, or, yeah, for their own people, not for their ideas, but for the people. Not really for party, but, hey, I think my people are better supported by this thing, so they're going to be voting for that. Right? That is not compounded by, it's my vote. So not only do they just vote for the people, not for the Republic, not for ideas, but really just for the people. The tribalistic aspect. But now they wonder, is my vote even legit? Right? So, can the Republic survive this? No. It cannot be survived. It will die. It will die. It's completely, it's impossible to sustain it like this. People can rally, you know, how much you want. But, again, if this is not fixed, these problems are not dealt with, it's over. You're gonna see a split. I mean, imagine if the courts moved around, and suddenly they say, you know what? These states are flipped because the courts will decide whatever, and Trump wins. You will see. And this is a funny thing. The payoffs for Trump suddenly flipping it through are astronomical. If he manages to flip it through, if he manages to win, then you will see an explosion. You know, you saw that meltdown in 2016. If somehow the courts manage to move so that these states are flipped, so the court battle succeeds, although, you know, it's going to be difficult because the court system itself is corrupted as well. So, you know, even, let's say Trump manages to get evidence and proof for the fraud. It doesn't guarantee he's going to win the court case. Okay, plenty of pretty slippery lawyers and judges in the system. And those could easily flip it around, so. But let's say, in the best case scenario, Trump manages to somehow beat all the cases. Every single case, he gets in his way, and he flipped the states, and he manages to push Biden out of the White House, effectively, and wins. You will get the biggest, hugest meltdown ever. It will dwarf 2016 by, you know, be like a supernova. Supernova meltdown. You know, like the sun, the star melts down, has a meltdown and detonates. That is what we're gonna see. Alright? We will see cities burn for days, or weeks, or months. We will see social media getting flooded, just massive screeching for weeks, for years. You heard, not my president. This is going to be that but 100 times louder. Alright? That's what you're gonna see. The biggest, most massive detonation ever. That is what might happen if it flips. Okay? And these people are not gonna. These people are gonna think that the election was stolen from them. Oh, these evil courts stole the election from us. That's what they're gonna think. Like, if doesn't matter which side wins, you're gonna have at least half the country which thinks that the system is corrupt. Thinks the system is stolen from them. Don't forget that. But if they win, like, I think right now it's like Trump lost. So what do we have? Well, you have much of the Republicans, the GOP, are pretty silent. They're like, whatever, you know. And then you have a few like tech crews, for example, said, "Oh no, Philadelphia's getting stolen. Philadelphia's getting stolen." But besides that, not much, right? Most people have been silent. Most people have not said much. Okay, so looking at that, looking at the fact that they seem to be silent, all you have left are a few Republicans, the people in the rallies, yeah, a bit of things in the Twitter, but yeah. Now, do you see a massive meltdown though, right? It's the right wing melting down and going crazy and burning stuff and screaming. Nope, you don't see that. It's very interesting, but yeah, you don't see that. At most, you see some people be like, "Nah, I think that's rigged." They go to rallies and they say it's rigged or whatever. That's most. That's the most you get. Effectively, if you wanted to make comparisons, you would say that, well, that's like the left wing when they said Russian interference. In this case, it's the rig, right? The rigging. So, but it's not really a meltdown. It's just like it's like I guess people have simply changed battle mode. The battle mode is, oh no, we can't get these states just by voting. Normally, we're gonna have to figure out if any of these. We have to figure out if these votes are legal. We just can't look at. Yeah, I guess it's different between count all the votes and count all the legal votes. That's what we see. That's what you see. The battle between count all the votes and count all the legal votes, which is I think very funny. Very, very funny. Now let me address the chat a little bit. Okay, so here we have one guy, Peter Skankman. Yeah, this is correct. It's not going back. Probably not. Demographics correct, yes. The GOP, I mean, you could say that there was a failure in the GOP strategy. That's what we see. There's a failure in the GOP strategy. That's what's going on. They lost again, the white male vote was lost, right? Well, not fully, but they lost 5 points, and they gained a little bit everywhere else. What's the point of that? So, yeah, that's true. That's true, because, I don't know, we saw that I think on election day, we saw the Young Turks was already blaming the Democrats, saying the Democratic Party are bad and how dare they not landslide Trump. So I don't know, maybe there's more people like Chunk Yogurt of the Young Turks who are like that. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, he did it again, by the way. He did it again. I think it was the last speech he made or whatever, where he literally said, like, he used to say minorities. This time, he literally said, "Oh, the women, there's more women now. Yeah, I mean, the Republican women in the Congress, the Senate, blah, 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 blah." And, he didn't even say minority. He said literally the non-whites. Oh, the non-whites are, what else? I don't remember what it was about the non-whites, but he mentioned the non-whites. No mention of whites, but the non-whites specifically. Like, I don't know if he's, like, I don't know, maybe he saw the white numbers, but I was like, okay, screw you, I'm not gonna hide it anymore with minorities, I'm gonna say non-whites. But yes, that's what we see. The boomerism. The pandering to everyone but whites. And men. I mean, so you have women, the pander to women, so that includes white women, right? The pander to the non-whites. So, yeah, you literally have white males are the only population, or the demographic, which is not getting pandered towards. And it's true. I thought, if he decided to go and say, oh, the Americans, well, I'm doing it for all Americans, American. I'll be like, you know what? Fine. American includes white. So, that's white Americans. So, alright. I'll accept that. But when you go out of your way to exclude, to use terms to exclude whites completely, you know, that's when it's a bit it gets dicey. Th- then it's like you move into territory. Are you that's a problem. Are you a stiff nat or are you kind of being anti-white? To be honest, you're kind of being anti-white. Like you're passing that line. You're passing that line a little bit of, well, I'm just a stiff nat. I want everyone to be included. I love everyone to. Actually, screw white. Screw you. I want more legal immigration. Then you move into the position of, what? So the legal immigration, right? I guess you just want more legal immigration to replace whitey, because what does whitey matter? You don't even. It's not even that you don't remember whitey. You explicitly exclude them, even though. Look at the exit poll. Look at the exit polls. What's the only group which backs him above 50%? Which in democracy, 50% is the magic number. Whites. Whites. That is the only group which supports him. Blacks, 80% against him. Hispanics, 68% against him. Asians, like 70% against him. What else? Was that on a group? I'm not sure about women. I'm pretty sure women is like 60% or something like that. Yeah, look at all these groups. They all. There's only one. Oh yeah, the gay. Like, what is it? Over 70% against them. So, actually, let's look up. Let me look up the. We do have exit polls. Let me see if we can look it up. Let's see. Let me see if we have them on the screen. Yes. Okay, so here we have the exit polls, for example. Who voted for him? Men. Who's the only group that voted for him? Look, I mean... and you can look at the voters. There's more female voters. 53%. 53%. And then you have... Whites are 65%. Okay. Hispanics have grown to 20%. But look at this. Oh, blacks are even worse. They're 87%. Not even 80. 87. Hispanic, 66. Asian, okay, 63. And other, I don't know what other is, I guess, but 58. Yeah, whites are the only group. 57%. Also, another thing is look at the age bracket. And we know that older people tend to get more conservative, but still, I mean, the only group which supports them majority is the boomers. Boomer. I mean, I guess that's the issue, right? The boomer. The boomers don't care about, whites or whatever, but still. Still. In fact, I wonder, I mean, sure, the younger generation tends to be more non-white, but I also wonder if more young white males were disillusioned by this. The boomers don't give a damn. But the young white males might be an issue. Now, we know the college graduate nonsense, Yeah, obviously in college you're indoctrinated to be liberal also. Yeah. Yes, correct. Look, if the GOP strategy of increasing its share of other demographics, I would only consider it a success if the base support was either expanded or kept the same. Okay? But if you're gonna lose the base support to gain these other demographics, which are smaller, it's a net loss. It's a failure. So, I'm pretty sure they saw those numbers increase, and they were like, wow! But they don't see whites at all. So they saw, oh, whites dropped? Who cares with that? So you can see married, more likely to vote for Trump, yeah. And so, the gay, much more likely to vote Biden, of course. And they have children. Yeah, boomerism. And then the Christians. This is a very funny thing as well. The Christians vote overwhelmingly for Trump. Overwhelmingly. And then only the rich really support Trump. I think this is the tax cuts. This is where you see the tax cuts. The problem with tax cuts is that no matter if you do it across the board or whatever, there's always this perception that tax cut supports is better for the rich. So you see that the poor vote is probably going to, go down. You're going to lose the poor more because of tax cuts. Gain the wealthy, but still. And then financial situation. Well, I mean, there's some that are obvious. Like, of course, if you think that the financial situation is worse, then I mean, or it's weird. They're the same. When you look at the same, they still support Biden overwhelmingly, even if they think that the financial situation was the same. Not sure how that works, but then these demographics, some of them are funny. Oh, the people who work full time vote more for Trump. Funny. But then labor unions vote more for Biden. And, a lot of predictable stuff. A lot of predictable stuff. Oh, here you have a more easy breakdown. So this is, I think this is the best for white versus white, non-white. White. Those are the only group that know all the non-whites tied together overwhelmingly Biden. And yet who did he pander towards? These. And if the only reason why he had any chance was because this was 35%. If this was, let's say, 50%, no chance. It's over. Over. And then white men, white women, you know, black men, 80%, women, black women, 91. Although you can see that women are across the board more likely to support. I mean, these things already we know, like predictable. Nothing has really changed. All these exit poll data, we understand. Like this is obvious, like. So, nothing gonna change here, and it's not gonna change for a while. But it was that. Now, let me look up some other stuff because we got other stuff to observe. Because yeah, there's some funny stuff going on. Let's look it up. Yeah. Oh yeah, the platinum deal. I mean, the platinum deal is something that I don't even know what it is. I think or something. I know it's something for blacks, but I don't care. I don't care. Oh no, there's another policy, another program for blacks. Like, why should I care? Why the hell should I care if there's not a program for blacks? There's already a million programs for blacks. Oh, there's another one. Wow. There's something I should really care. But let me look here. I think I want to look at something very funny of the responses. Oh yeah, this one. Let me see if we can pull it up. No, there was a... Because this is something very interesting. Everyone has seen it probably, but still. Let's see here. Because unfortunately... Oh yeah, there's also that. So, yes, so let's look at a little boy. A little bass black friend. Here. Really beautiful. Really beautiful cries. You know, it's very interesting how whether they win or they lose, you know, they can win or they can lose. They will forever cry, won't they? They will cry anyway. They can win, they can lose. But it's time to cry anyways and pretend we're victims. So let's look at the perfect example of this. It's truly enlightening how these people think. You know? It's a victim mentality, I guess. The victim mentality. Just really annoying. Really annoys me, I must say. So, but we all saw this probably. Of a little panel. So let's look this up.
Watch. It's
This guy screeched so hard in 2016 when he lost, and now he thinks he's winning, or they're pretending they won. They're still acting the same way. The same kind of reaction of like, oh no, poor us.
well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad.
So this is the first thing which I can't believe. Like, here's the thing. I don't know if most people even know about the yeah, but I don't even know if most people know of the pictures. You know the pictures of Biden sniffing around, sniffing Biden. But if you don't know of these pictures of sniffing Biden, then when you hear him saying this thing, you're like, the fuck? How can you even say that? How can you even say such a thing? But let's continue onward with this horrible act. Because it probably is an act, to be honest.
It's easier to tell your kids character matters.
Which is, again, a funny thing. Like, someone put it up very, very nicely. Very nicely. Let me see if I can look it up. Someone posted it once, and he worded it in a way which was just great. Yeah. So someone said once, Biden is such a colossal scumbag. His whole family are fucking irredeemable scum. We have seen his sons and daughter and everything, right? We've seen how they are. We see how they behave. We see the dysfunction, right? And there's so much dysfunction. It's like, I don't think it's accidental. I mean, I don't think it's accidental. I think something's up there. It's dysfunctional of the, and the same kind of thing, the same kind of addiction. They always have addictions and, right? So it's the same kind of pathology that keeps replicating in his family. So something's up. But, you know, it beggars believe that Democrats have been screeching about Trump being both corrupt and mentally ill. Then they try to put this absolute paragon of these virtues up as president. This is what happened. And now this guy is literally kind of, you know, proving the point that, yeah, that's what they are saying. This guy is, Biden is, yeah. We should praise him for the character. His character. We should praise him for that. Like, of all things. That. He's corrupt and he's everything. He sniffs around. And he's still.
It matters. Tell him.
Well, no, it clearly doesn't because, or either it doesn't matter, or their conception of what a good character is
Truth matters.
They don't care about truth, so this is funny.
And a good person matters.
Biden's not a good person. Sorry, that's bullshit. This is an act, by the way. This is bullshit.
And it's easier for
This is bullshit what he's saying.
a lot of people. If you're Muslim,
Okay, here comes picking on these specific groups of people. Oh, whatever, you're this religious group.
this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here.
Oh, yes. We need a president that... Ooh, interesting. We want a president that lets everyone in. That's what we want, right?
If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry
Yeah.
if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or sent.
Yeah. So, you know, oh no, we need a president which lets anchor babies sit around. Because they'll be evil otherwise. So, I guess, again, it's a very conflict of values. It's a conflict of values. What they consider a good character is completely different to everything else. You know, one may look at certain things like, is the family good? Do they have upright, you know, convictions on themselves? Are they not corrupt? Are they honest? All these things. These guys look at, are they racist? That's literally it. Literally all they look at for character. When you look at character, just look at, is he a racist? That's all you care about. This is all this. All this thing he's, you know, listing is, oh, these are things are racist though. The evil racist. That's what he's listing, right? All these things he considers racist. So when they talk about character, that's what they're talking about. Are you a bad racist?
And dreamers.
Again, dreamers, which are what are these? Children which were shipped into the country illegally and have sit there for so long that, you know, they kind of suck. But again, you know, racist if you try to uphold the law. I guess the question is there a statute of limitations to that? No, because it's not just crossing the border which is illegal, it's being in the country itself is illegal. Anyway.
Back for no reason.
Besides the fact that it's a law and... This is such a stupid act, like, fucking hell.
This is vindication for a lot of people.
Such a yes. Blue vs red usually equates to female vs male. Yeah. And the thing is that you see a lot of males voting for them. And if you look at these males, they're extremely effeminate. Extremely effeminate males. Like, it's just a fact, you know? That's why the soy boy meme exists. They're soys, effeminate, weak. They're following along the women. Yes, emotion. It's emotion. Emotion.
Who have really suffered.
They haven't suffered at all. This is just ridiculous.
You know, the I can't breathe. You know.
Yeah, cause somehow that, like, and let's assume that it's true. Like this, I can't breathe. How's that Trump's fault? That's not really not his fault. But oh, let's harp about that.
That wasn't just George Floyd.
He couldn't. We know why he couldn't breathe. So, for people who still have doubts with that, we know now he overdosed. That caused his. I'm not sure what you call it exactly, but I think the OD caused his probably the blood. I think like blood couldn't go around properly, so you end up asphyxiating in a way, because of course the way that the respiration works is that, you know, your blood passes through your lungs, takes those beautiful gases around and circulates. If you're ODing, the circulation system starts shutting down and going to hell, so you end up. So yeah, that was the drugs. If anyone has a question about that, we know.
There was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe.
Bullshit. I mean, although we do have Trump derangement syndrome, so.
Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't.
Oh no, not the tweets.
No, and you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism.
People being afraid to show their racism. Come on.
Are getting nastier and nastier to you, and you're worried about your.
Come on. Where has this happened? This is such.
Kids, and you're worried about your sister.
No, you're not. Stop bullshitting.
And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her?
Who the hell are you talking about?
And you spent so much of your life energy.
This is. Imagine he's saying this while supposedly he won. Come on. So they're supposed to have won. And he's pretending to be the victim. Right? He's pretending to be the victim.
Just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace.
You're not gonna get peace. In fact, you know who caused all the chaos? His side did. His side broke the peace. But they're talking about peace.
And have a chance for a reset.
By the way, don't think how he's stuttering on purpose. Come on, don't even.
And the character of the country matters.
The character of the country is dead. 74 million people voted for a senile pedophile. That's the character of the country now. Do you like that?
And being a good man matters.
That's dead.
You know
what a good man is? A good man is someone who's not racist, aka does panders to every single one of these guys' agendas. That's what a good man is. Character, all that matters is, are you not racist? And what that means is, do you follow our agenda, our little political agenda, to the letter?
I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. You know, it's easy to do it the cheap way. And
What's the cheap way?
And get away with stuff, but it comes.
Get away? Yeah, I wonder. Are they gonna get away with rigging the freaking vote?
Back around. It comes back around, and this is a good day for.
Yeah, your rigging is gonna come back around. I'm pretty sure about that.
This country. I'm sorry for the people who lost.
No, you're not.
For them, it's not a good day, but for a whole lot of people, it's a good day.
Here I say a Greco. Beautiful. I love Grecos. But yeah, that was all, and fucking hell, Jesus. Anyways, that was Fakery, Mr. Fake. Let's take that cancer off because I hate the Guardian. The Guardian's cancer. But anyway, so yeah, that was Mr. Fake. And well, so this is kind of delusional, kind of insanity, what you're saying. Also, another thing, if you look at the recommendations in YouTube, it's literally all these big guys. All these big guys saying, "Oh, Biden won. Biden won." Okay, so Biden is going to address the country in 1 hour and 30 minutes. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, not much though. Just people saying, "Yay, Biden won." Funny, hilarious. Then there's a bunch of tweets. Uh, Trump. Oh yeah, Trump went in full caps. This is kind of funny though. I don't know how the optics of this going on full caps and full caparoni and saying, I won. Let me see if I can put this up. Right. Yes, we can put it up. Yes, but going full caparoni and saying, "Oh, I won. I won." All right. I don't know about that. I really don't know about this. But whatever it is, I mean, here's the thing: you don't want to look like it. You don't want to make it look like you're melting down, right? Obviously, you don't look like you're melting down. And this looks like one, like you're melting down. It's just a fact. So, if you look it up, open it up. Come on, let's go. Open it up, and let's make it bigger. So Trump. And okay, so another thing is that they said Biden got more votes than Obama, right? But look at this, he got more votes than Obama too. I think Obama got like 68 or 69 million, and well, he also got more votes. So what does it matter? The reason why they got more votes, by the way, is because the country's population has risen by 10%. So yeah, makes sense. Of course, they get more votes. Duh, there's more voters. Of course, turnout has increased, but also there's more voters. Then he's complaining about stuff, but look at this in caps. Yeah, and they changed the warning. It used to be something about election security, I think, and now it says this claim about election fraud is disputed. Oh, we don't think it's true. So here it says the observers were not allowed into the counting room. Well, it's even worse. It's in caps. So it's like, the observers were not allowed into the counting rooms. I won the election. Got 71 million legal votes. Bad things happened, which our observers were not allowed to see. Never happened before. By the way, this is bullshit. Never happened before. Bruh. How do you mean never happened before? Millions of million ballots were sent to people who never asked for them. Okay. Typical stuff. But yes, very beautiful. Hopefully, who knows? Maybe his efforts will be rewarded, but yes, all caps. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. There's other people I want to look at. Let's look at Spencerino, cause this guy has been very happy. Let's look at a little pal. Little Spencerino. Let's see this big brain is thinking about. Okay, here we go. So here we got Spencerino. So this is funny how he pinned this. He pinned this goddamn thing. Like, come on. Oh wait, can I bring it down? Fuck. Let me see. Can I drag it upwards? Oh, there we go. Fuck. Let me fix that. There we go. As you can see, he voted. He went as far as vote. I mean, again though, I'm starting to understand him more and more. To be honest, like, if you go and you see Trump is literally, kind of like specifically excluding whites, and you're supposed to be the pro-white guy. I'm starting to understand more and more why, Pragmatically, it's questionable, but on the face value, it's understandable. Anyway, let me look at it further. So, he's going, he's constantly tweeting attacking Tim. I think Tim is talking about the things as well. You know, but you see, yes, okay, so there's some stuff. Yes, retweeting some people. Retweeting some people. It's just been about this. Yep. And then bias. And there's Spencer. Spencer probably thinks I've heard this from quite a few people, actually. I think that's really what the gist of what's going on. I've heard it from quite a few people, and it's really important to think that for many people, they think that the movement in general. I've listened to people, and I've heard that what they've said is that they think the movement was damaged because of Trump. Trump damaged the movement. That's what I think. So, indeed, the last tweet there was important, His exit, Trump exiting, is a chance for the movement to get re-energized. That's what he thinks. Many people think that way. And, well, there's a little issue. One issue. But I think I'm going to end this with this, because there's a very interesting video that's going to premiere soon, which I want to watch. So, for now, I'm going to end with this. So, if Biden and Kamala does what we think they're going to do, let's say they manage to break through and they manage to take over. If they manage to do what we think they're going to do, then guess what? It's over. It's over. Kamala is going to crush any resistance. They're going to censor her ass completely. A lot of people think, for example, that, oh, well, the censorship's going to go back. But what if the censorship gets worse? What if Kamala says, actually, hate speech evil, hate speech bad. We're going to ban that, and we're going to define it in a way which screws you over, so they crush you. They obliterate you. That could happen. You can wish, you can hope that, oh, it's going to be all nice, it's going to be all beautiful. We're finally going to get the energy of 2015, 2016. But you know something? It could end up being very different. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that they're going to lower the pedal. They can increase it as well. Alrighty. All it takes is for them to have the will, the spine, the balls to say, you know what, we hate these people, let's get rid of them. Okay? The one thing in the Senate with the GOP is maybe dominating, going to protect you. They're not. They're not going to protect you. It's over. They'll stomp you, crush you. Another question, by the way, you hope that Biden lasts a long time, and that Biden tries to take control, because Kamala is way worse than Biden. Biden may be a senile pedo, but Kamala is pretty ruthless. Okay? She's done everything, everything she possibly could to rise to the top, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, you have this ruthless, pretty calmy, pretty anti-white individual running the shots. And yeah, Spencerino maybe will have to run away. Like Big Alaska wants to go to Russia. Wants to run away to Russia if Trump manages to completely lose. And other people may have be forced to run away as well. You don't know. The Constitution is there, the First Amendment is there, but how long is the First Amendment gonna protect you? So, the days look dark, I would say. Days look very dark. But anyways, hopefully, hopefully. Oh no, wait, the big tech, the big tech censorship, at least with Trump, you had a tiny chance he might actually try to do something with it. But when Kamala and Biden, no way. Big tech is going to be reinforced. It's going to be emboldened. Nobody's going to be there to stop them. Nobody, even threaten them. Nothing's gonna be in the way now. And man, they don't have to invest energy in keeping Trump in check anymore. Now they can reshift that energy, that censorship power, to blast you. Completely finish the job. Completely finish off the job. No risk of anything. Because in the end, the only one who could have done something has successfully been kicked off. That's all, generals. There's a general in the chat. Let me see. Yes, Peter Shankman, thanks for watching. And also Greco, but you left again. But whatever. Thanks for watching.